D&D Beyond now fits in the palm of your hand with the free D&D Beyond app. It's the perfect tool set for beginners, regular players, and seasoned dungeon masters. Play faster with the guided character creator and access your character sheets, spells, and abilities wherever you go. All of your adventures and source books are at your fingertips, even when you're offline. Easily find and access the rules you need when you need them. With more features to come, download the free D&D Beyond app today.
Hello and welcome back to D&D Beyond. It is an all Amy takeover day. Welcome to it. The future is here and it is Amy's.
Yes.
Please welcome Amy Vorpahl to the show. Hi, how are you doing today?
Thank you. I'm doing great. I like to think, because remember Amy Ratcliffe too, when we were working all at the nerd sphere, basically. And I like to think that the deities above said, all right, Amy's, you all must meet each other and fight. And we were like, totally. So we all got together and we're like, hi, I kind of like you, and can we just be friends? You know, like there was this kill them, and then we were like, no, I think we're good. I think we'd rather just have some friends.
We all went rogue and teamed up, and I love it very much.
Yep, yes, exactly. That's how it goes in my head, and we'll let the internet just have that image in their heads too.
So you are one of my longtime favorite people to roll dice and do shows and make cool stuff with, but you also make a bunch of amazing stuff that the folks watching this will be aware of, including writing for D&D in Candlekeep Mysteries and the upcoming Fizban's Treasury of Dragons.
That's right. Yes, D&D lovers, I can now say, as of this year, I am a published D&D adventure writer. So that feels very special. And for Candlekeep, it was 17 writers, so I contributed one of the 17 adventures, and mine is arguably the silliest. It is called Candlekeep Deconstruction, and it is right smack dab in the middle of the book. And then for Fizban, I think my silliness gained me a little bit of clout, and they wanted a fun, they didn't say silly perchance, but definitely a doddering professor type vibe and some humor for Fizban's voice, the way that Tasha's Cauldron has Tasha's notes and Volo's Guide has Volo kind of chiming in. They wanted Fizban to chime in, and I got to contribute to Fizban's voice.
Which I am very excited for. Obligatory reminder that if you want to, you could pre-order that right now. I'm just saying that's a thing you could do. And while we wait for that and prep our D&D, you've got one other thing going on that I want to mention before we get into our spellcasters for today. What happened today?
Oh, today is it's basically my Christmas. Like this definitely overshadows whatever December 25th is going to be, even though I love Christmas. Today I launched my first ever Kickstarter to fund my second solo music album, my first being Songs in the Key of D&D, and this album is actually called Behold Her Dreams. And if you would let me indulge a little bit, there's a pun there, and not everyone knows this, but people who watch this will know that the beholder dreams is the pun. And the way beholders
it's your
make
audience,
babies,
they're here.
Yes, exactly. I don't need to pull any punches. You're not my mom. I don't have to say behold her dreams. It's just a nice title, Mom. No, this is a pun. And the way beholders make babies is they dream of them. I guess they dream of themselves, and then a monstrosity baby beholder appears, and that is how it happens. The other thing though is if a beholder is dreaming of, say, a dragon, then what they dream of is this weird monstrosity beholder dragon monster that is really disturbing, would be a way to say it. So in my head, that's what my album is. It like came from my brain, and now whatever it is, here it is. So yeah, that is the pun, and I'm sticking with it, and I love it very much.
So I'm personally very, very excited about that, but it also proved a great excuse to have you come back and visit us after you joined us, of course, for Anniversary Week last week for some randomized character D&D, which was so fun.
Yes.
And I wanted to
That
bring
was
you
so
back.
fun.
It was a blast and you were amazing. And if you missed it, you should check it out. But today we are going to get back in and maybe like slightly more intentionally do some character building in D&D Beyond. And I love this because when I asked you what you might want to talk about, you were like, I love picking spells. And I know for a lot of people,
Yes.
that's not their favorite part of D&D, or it can be intimidating, or they're not sure how to approach it. So we are going to build a spellcaster today. And I would love to know, how do you approach building spellcasters, and how do you approach picking spells?
I love it. Well, the first question, how do I approach building spellcasters? It depends on the spellcaster, because that means every spellcaster, even rangers cast spells. They get their magic from different places. So druid and rangers nature get their magic from nature. Wizards get them from books. Sorcerers get them from their bloodline, and warlocks get them from their patron, and bards get them from what I call attention. So everywhere, from wherever you get the magic from, that's kind of how you're led to build your character. Oh, and then clerics and paladins get them from deities. So I like leaning into that. Wherever you get the magic from, it's like there's a reason, or at some point, a druid might have tripped on a stone and been like, oh, that stone's talking to me, or the nature around me is more awakened because I tripped on this stone, that kind of thing. So I like doing that. That is how I, in my head, build the background, I guess. And then I do always max out on the favored stat. That is where I put the the highest level stat block, because I know there's something to be said for a character with flaws, but I would disagree, or devil's advocate that yes, flaws, and you can play whatever you want to play, but as far as doing things, which that is why you play D&D, is because you're a hero doing stuff. So you want a character who can do the stuff, even accidentally, even if it's a mistake. Sometimes you want the big fireball, you want the big explosion, or you want to be able to manipulate the sky and have it pour down rain. So I will always put the highest stat in the spellcasting slot for spellcasters. Hope that answered your question.
Totally. To start with, it's a fascinating discussion, because I'm a big fan of like making well-rounded characters, but I also tend to always just relook up the quick build, confirm for myself, and be like, "Yep, that's what we're doing."
Yes, yes. You want to do the things.
It's like a comfort thing at this point, where I'm just like, yes, that's the same stat it's always been, but I've checked it again.
Yes.
So let's build a character today. And I think we talked a little bit beforehand, and I think if we're talking magic, let's go all out. Let's make a wizard. Yeah?
Classic mage, why not? I also have a story about this. At D&D Live, so I was the writer for Dungeons and Dragons Live at G4, which was in the middle of July. And
totally forgot to put that in your intro.
Oh my gosh, no worries. It's such a behind the scenes role, but where in that role, you're doing a lot of different things. And as far as like kind of the top three people who knows WTF is going on, it was me, a guy named Lucas, a guy named Zach. And I would say that out of the three of them, I was a 10 on knowing D&D, and they were closer to 5 or 6 or 7. So they were also doing a lot of technical stuff that I didn't know how to do. So there were bunches of tables of people playing Dungeons and Dragons, 4 celebrity tables, and one of them was the AP Biocast, and they all went on stage and they were starting their game. B. Dave Walters was the dungeon master, and the stage manager comes up to us and she's like, the wizard apparently has a character sheet, but he doesn't have spells. And I was like, is that a problem? And I was like, what? Yes, that's a problem. The wizard needs spells. So then I got on my laptop, used D&D Beyond. I was like, what level? Okay, level 7, quick build a wizard character. And I just there's a joke that around the D&D team that I did a hair flip before I did this. I literally went, okay, let's pick some spells. And and it is true that I did do that, but I wasn't trying to be dramatic. It just was like, all right, let's get to work, but I just love that to me felt very normal and natural, and that's what happened. So anyway, I guess D&D Beyond saved the day, but also so did I, and I loved it very much. That my job, it was like, yeah.
for years you trained to be in the right place and time for a wizard-based emergency.
Exactly.
You were right where you needed to be in that moment with like the show must go on. Let's do this. That's beautiful. I love knowing that.
Yes. Yes. So that contributes to why I want to build a wizard today.
All right. How much are we gonna? Should we quick build this, or do we want to go ahead and pick stuff?
Oh, I mean, I'm down with a quick build because I really want to get 2 spells. And I was going to say that as far as level, I'm so used to going up 5, 6, 7. I'm not used to going past that because I haven't really played on year-long campaigns anytime recently. So I'd love to build a level 10 or a level 11 character because normally I will say that sounds daunting to have to like go through and like how many spells do I get? There's math involved, but not with D&D Beyond. They just do all the math for you. They level it up. They tell you how many slots you have, how many things in your book you can have, how many to prepare. It's luxurious. So I want to try that.
I just remembered quick build will put us at first. Randomize is where I can pick levels, but let's quick build and then just manually up it to 10 and see how that works.
I think that'll be good.
You want to give me a random choice for who our wizard is today?
Oh yes. I'm partial to gnomes. I think gnomes. Wait, actually, look up. Can you? No, I was wondering if they had the Feywild, the hare races. I was wondering if they had those yet, but not yet.
Not quite yet. The Harengon are going to be here soon. While we on the Witchlight, I am so excited for it. Thank you for helping me. Obligatory plug number 2: pre-order the While Beyond the Witchlight so we can all play our Harengon.
That's what I'm here for. Yes. Okay. So gnome. Let's do just good old forest gnome.
Heck yeah! All right. It feels weird. I don't use the quick build that often.
Amy, top of your head, which is shorter or smaller in stature, halfling or gnome? No. Isn't that crazy? Gnomes are like mini dwarves, and like if you look them up, I only know this because I was on a game show and I got it wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, halflings are smaller. They're like
I thought gnomes were at like 3 feet. Hold on. I gotta look it up. It's nuts. So halflings are like, if you think of like just tiny humans, and then gnomes are more like chonky but small dwarves, more in the like a pointy hat garden gnome situation. Mm-hmm. They're less World of Warcraft, which maybe I shouldn't say that on this channel, but we all know I've done it several times.
Okay.
Chat rolls with me. I'm like, here's my WoW Druid story. It's not relevant, but I'm gonna tell it anyway.
Okay. It's hard to be a specific nerd.
Between 3 and 4 feet and around 40 pounds for gnomes. Okay, so my brain just remembered that is 3. And then halflings. I'm just the slowest lookups ever. Sorry, y'all. This is how I literally just go to the top every time.
I'm following you, though. It's nice to know that where these things are.
Around 3 feet and weigh about 40 pounds. So it's between 3 and 4 versus straight up 3. Not that I doubted you, but I was like,
I know.
Today
I guess if you wanted to devil's advocate at some, a gnome
that strongly
could
implies
be
that the average should, like, individual gnomes and halflings could be different sizes, but it strongly implies the average is going to fall higher on a gnome. And now I know that, and I'm very excited. Okay.
I only know it because of this game show I was on where I got it wrong because in my brain they are different.
And I abandoned our project by accident. So let's do this again. We're going to be a forest gnome. Slightly taller than your average halfling forest gnome. I almost got it backwards again. I'm just going to immediately forget. Chat can call me forever on this. And we're going to be a wizard. What should our name be?
Well, half of Dungeons and Dragons is actualing people. Name. So name. Let's say, just in honor of writing songs, let's name the gnome Ukulele Tulukeki. Ukulele Tulukeki. Ukulele.
There we go.
Ukulele. But yeah, if you whisper it like Jennifer Coolidge, ukulele, then that'll help.
Perfect.
And then Tulu KK. So that's the other way around. Tulu TULU KK KEKE. This guy.
That's awesome.
Cool. That's perfect. Ukulele,
Okay, we're gonna need to
Tulu
sneak
KK.
our wizard some musical instrument proficiencies. But
Yes.
all right, our quick build. Hey, they gave us 17 int. I can live with that.
I can live with that. That's amazing. Yeah, let's bump this baby to 10.
Heck yes. All right, so we're going
This is our
straight
child,
from level
Amy.
1 to level 10. Ukulele, Tulu T. Ukulele T.
Tulu. Yeah, that's hard. What did I do?
What's our arcane tradition
We're
going
one
to
of
be?
those parents. Yeah, we're one of those parents that didn't like think about yelling them to like come to dinner. It's like when you that's part of what you have to do as a parent when you're naming someone, a child. Obviously I have children. No, I don't. But you have to yell that out the front door to see if you can actually do that.
That is a good
It sounds
test.
like
That
something.
had not occurred to me. But
There you go.
okay, Uke needs an arcane tradition.
Okay, what do we got? I mean, let's just do some ability score improvements if you don't mind.
Okay.
Or wait, no, arcane tradition. Let's see. I like evocation. Is that where we?
All right.
Are we choosing spells? Or sorry,
We're just
School of
choosing
Evocation.
School
Okay.
of Evocation for our so we'll pick up Evocation Savant at second level. We'll pick up Sculpt Spells at second level. We got our
Cool.
basic spellcasting and arcane recovery at first, of course. So we get some ability score improvements at 4th and 8th. Great. I didn't really give you a good look at our current stats.
No, that's fine. But you're lucky that I chose that so quickly because Detect Magic is one of my all-time Dungeon Master banes because they're like, great. I'm like, yeah, this is magical. There's an aura here. There's an aura there. And they're like, I get to also know the school. And I'm like, no, it's good magic or it's bad magic. And that's all you get to know. And that is it because I can't keep the schools straight in my head. It's
just like a house rule. Like, all magic is homeschooled. When you play.
Yeah. They like sucked on a lollipop one day and said, this is lollipop magic. So I don't know. That's just what the character did.
All right. Let's pick those up though. Do you want to just keep bumping up
score? Well, if it's 17, yeah, let's move it to 18. So intelligence. And then we get another one. Let's do con. I didn't see if that would help it at all, but love me some good con.
Check. Whoops. Okay, and we get more because we.
Let's do con again. Actually.
Oops. Both of them or just one?
Well. Oh God. Oh, we get 2 of these. Oh, ability score improvement. Oh no. Yeah. Huh. Well, Will raising? I think let's raise int twice and let's get him. I think that'll get us to. I can't remember. Maybe 20. Maybe 19. I can't remember.
All right. So that is all our big choices. And we currently have just no spells. Well, I guess we automatically got Light Mage Hand and Ray of Frost, but we're going to do this from the sheet. We're going to go ahead. So for the record, our current stats, we'll just go to the sheet and then
okay.
Know what's up. So ukulele has 8, 14, 15, 20, 10, and 12. Thank you, Quick Build, for min-maxing us.
That's my girl.
And as a level 10 Forest Gnome Wizard of the School of Evocation, we get some spells. How shall we do this? We get...
Amy, I love that you're doing this from the sheet. This is how I build my spellcasters. The reason I do it from the sheet, because you had mentioned like on the levels page that you can actually do it there. But normally, I would say normally because I wind up teaching people D&D a lot, and that normally looks like, well, while I'm teaching them, I'm also building their character, and it's easier to explain. Oh, we're doing this now. Let's move to stats. Let's do this. And then at the very end, give them the good stuff. And by that time, they've kind of gone through their background, they've gone through their description, and they've decided what what the whole deal is with their character. So they're able to choose spells based on what their character would even know or care about. And so by the time you're at the character sheet, it's like, great, now you know something about your character. And I do believe that a wizard's spell book can really define a character's background, a wizard's background.
I love that. So that's a strong argument for sort of approaching it at the end there, whether you go back to the tab for spells or just do it from the sheet, which we have this handy manage spells button for.
Love it.
We have just a million spell slots and just our 3 set prepared cantrips.
Awesome.
So we've got Light, we've got Mage Hand, we've got Ray of Frost. We're ready to go, right? We're ready to go off on our wizarding way.
Oh boy. Oh no. So this is the why, I said I love building spellcasters, but this is why. If I remember building 3.5 edition spellcasters, even 4th edition spellcasters, even 5th, anything with a book. I remember building spellcasters with a book. And this is what I was telling you before. It was like, if you forgot to level up your character, which always happened, and you join the play session and everyone's like, okay, we're ready to go. And it's like, shoot, I forgot to level up. You would be like, shoot, I forgot to level up. Give me half an hour, maybe 45 minutes while I choose and upgrade and like see how even many spells I get and then prepare them and all of this stuff. Whereas in D&D Beyond, it's just, it removes the paradox of choice. You get to see anything that you have access to. It's on that list. And you just, I just blindly trust it, which feels really good sometimes to just be this naive like follower. I just follow D&D Beyond wherever it leads me. And I just feel comfortable and held. So yeah, there's my argument.
I love that very much. And so it does sort of put your options right in front of you. And of course you can pop off and use the spell lookup function to sort of see other lists. But right now, straight up, it says we have cantrips 3 out of 5, prepared spells 0 out of 15. We know 6 spells. None of them are currently prepared. How do we want to start here?
Well, first up, I think we do cantrips because they are unaffected. Like if I choose a 5th level spell, that means that I'm going to be removing a spell from the other levels, and I just want to make sure there's a good balance there, and also get some spells that, again, D&D Beyond, yes, in the attacks or I guess in any of the spells in your list, it'll tell you this is a 1st level, like fireball. Let's say it's fireball. It'll say fireball in your 1st level. Then you go to 2nd level and it'll tell you fireball, and these are the stats for if it's a 2nd level spell. Like, you don't have to do anything. Once you choose the spell, you know if it levels or doesn't, because some of them they're just 3rd level, and that's, you get what you get. But it just does all that math for you. Love it. So cantrips unaffected by things. So we
filtered by spell level 0 for cantrips. I gotta figure out how to make that easier. Shoot. All right. So
wait, let me see. Toggle screen sharing. Oh no, that makes you. Nope, don't do that. Maybe I can just watch on D&D Beyond Twitch and just like maximize that.
We might have a delay. Thank you for rolling with us, chat, as we figure out the easiest way to do this. We might have a producer intervention to the rescue.
Oh, yes, this is perfect. I love it. I can read everything. Okay. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. All right, so we've got things like Acid Splash and Blade Ward and Booming Blade, all the way down to Toll the Dead and True Strike. What 2 more cantrips do we want to pick?
Well, I don't want to.
I guess the quick build picks them for us. We can change if we want.
Okay, no, I mean, I love light. I love lamp is the thing. And Mage Hand is great. Ray of Frost. So I love that because so far we've got some damage, my evocation, little gnome, and then light and Mage Hand. Those are just good role-playing things. I will say I love me some message. Message has never done me wrong. And then I like being a little bit, gosh, am I gonna be a frost wizard? I think it's really hard for me not to choose minor illusion, but I'm wondering if we can do that with a higher level spell, because I also love illusion spells. So maybe we do another damage thing that's for free.
Okay.
I say for free because cantrips are for free, but
Yeah.
Thunderclap's pretty good.
That's always good stuff. So Ray of
Yeah,
Frost and
yeah, let's
Thunderclap
go.
gives us an elemental kind of focus, right?
Right, and that feels right with evocation doing some elemental damage. And then yeah, I think as far as illusions, because I really want to do polymorph, and you can't take that away from me. I like the stuff where improv matters, where the stuff you come up with might change the game. So to me, that's like illusion stuff and polymorph and all of that. But I think we're good, right? That was fireball.
That's
No,
5
no, we'll do
cantrips.
fireball. Okay, all right. This is another thing. I say it removes paradox of choice, but look at me. I'm like, ooh, that looks fun. The other thing is when they're all laid out like this, you as far as helping people build their characters, like you're helping me build my character, they're all in a row. You can kind of and the spells names are so clear that you can kind of just figure out what it means.
You can scan
They
them
just
for
give
a sense
clues.
of
You can scan
yeah.
them. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm good with this. All
all
right, let's
right.
move on. Let me show me this. Will you show me the spell slots? Because I want to know how many of each we can cast and what might be worth it. Okay.
Our spell slots, we
4
get
through
4 at first, 3 second level, 3 third level, 3 fourth level, and 2 fifth level spell slots.
Amazing. Okay, let's start at 5th and go down.
All right.
Actually, because
Yeah.
I already know I want polymorph, will you search polymorph in that search bar up there? I don't think it's 5th level.
Absolutely will. I'm going to take the filter off, and then we're going to search polymorph. It's a 4th level.
4th level. Yes, cool. That's the thing I want. Oh, should we read it? I mean, I don't know. Are the viewers caring to know anything? Let's just turn people into whatever you want them to.
You're right. You just reminded me. I normally try to stop and explain what we're talking about, and I've completely been not doing that today. So sorry about that. Our wizard is choosing spells for our various levels, and the one we're looking at right now is Polymorph. The spell transforms a creature that you can see within range into a new form. An unwilling creature must make a wisdom saving throw to avoid the effect. And this is Polymorph will be well remembered if you were watching our anniversary week streams last week, because the wild magic searches kept giving people a good luck with your polymorph situation, which worked out in some cases very advantageously, and in some cases a little oddly. We had a wonderful cow, and then an accidentally advantageous in our familiars game when one of our characters suddenly had thumbs. Which had not been an option for anybody else. And just we just cut through one of those puzzles like butter on account of having thumbs. It was great.
Well, so okay. Speaking of, this is a Candlekeep. If you're watching this show, here's a little nugget that I can say because Candlekeep is already published. And if you know, you know, and you're about to know. Candlekeep is impenetrable. If you imagine, it's impenetrable by magic. You can't fly over it. If you try to fly over it, it'll set you softly down outside of the Candlekeep walls. Again, this is a library in the Forgotten Realms that's massive, so it'll just set you down. You can't fly over it. There is a little bit of a caveat though. Tiny birds and real birds who are small and real, like they're not weird amalgamations or monstrosities, or you can't. They're just birds. They're just like beasts.
Regular birds.
Regular birds. They can fly across Candlekeep and maybe even land in Candlekeep. And it's in the book. Thank you, Chris Lindsay. Wizards who have polymorphed themselves into small regular birds, not druids, the polymorph spell only, they can get through as well.
I love that. I missed that for sure. And
it's
love
a small
knowing
little note.
Wow. I feel like there's a hole over the rainbow. Like happy little bluebirds are literally the only thing that can get into Candlekeep from the air.
If happy little bluebirds fly over the rainbow, why can't I? Said Ukulele.
Well, Ukulele will be able to, and I approve very, very much.
Yes.
Excellent. So that's one of our 4th level spells picked.
Okay, cool. All right, let's go back to 5th level and see what our options are. You can weigh in too, Amy. This is our child. This is our baby. So,
well,
best of you and best of me.
Which one of us brings polymorph? Maybe you. I mean, you have so many gifts. Let's see. Here's my. I'm just opening all the tabs just to remind myself of things here. Here's our current spell book.
Okay, cool.
We know Burning Hands, Charm Person, Featherfall, Mage Armor, Magic Missile, Sleep, and Polymorph. As of this moment,
Featherfall is appropriate because Fizbin, I think the lore goes that Fizbin tried to save himself from a fall using Featherfall, but was unsuccessful and landed in like a pile of bubbles or a pile of feathers that actually didn't prevent the fall at all. And it was one of those Fizbin like, whoops, I did the wrong thing. What is a spell? And I think that's how he died. I'm willing to be corrected. Anyway, so Featherfall makes sense.
I love it. Let's see. So let's go back to 5th and just make some choices for our. What is Cloudkill? I have not used that one. It's poisonous yellow green fog. We're talking elements. It might be a little bit vicious for our polymorphing wizard. It just seemed like it might be a good fit.
I love that. Here's like a let's go like back up question. So we have 7 known spells. It says I don't know that D&D Beyond shoves in there how many you're allowed to know. Because no, that's true. Because for wizards, they can find a scroll of a spell, put it in their spell book. So it might, I don't want to say it's unlimited, but I'm going to have to, maybe, do you want to look that up and show people where to look that up? Because it's under it's under the class. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Check the wizard chart for what we should have at 10th level. It's going to let us know our number of cantrips is 5. Our spell slots are 4, 3, 3, 3, 2.
I think it's under, spell casting and spell book. If that. Oh, here you go. Go up a little.
Each time you gain a wizard level, you can add 2 wizard spells of your choice to your spellbook for free. Each of these spells must be of a level for which you have spell slots, as shown on the wizard table. On your adventures, you might find other spells you can add to your spellbook. I don't know if I've ever just straight up created a higher level wizard, so this is also me approaching this process. I was like, when do you find out the limits on these?
That's fine. So I think if we do 2 per level, if first level, they just auto made it plus 3? I think they had 17, so plus 3. So that's intelligence plus 3. Oh, go back real quick. Sorry, can you? I don't know if you, yes, you can. Okay. So it's intelligence modifier 3 plus your wizard level, which is 1. So that's, we get 4, and then we also get 2 per level, which is a lot. So that's 18. Dude, we 18 could
more.
pick. Yeah. Yeah, anarchy. Okay, well, I don't know.
So that's 18 plus the basic 6 plus our int bonus. 24 minimum.
Okay.
It's gonna be fine. How much time do we have? We're good.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, well, let's how many do we know now? We have 7. So let's just pick, gosh, that means, I mean, we could get whatever we wanted. This is like going shopping. But we have free. An unlimited credit card. So yeah, let's just go through and pick some stuff, because 10th level wizard, I guess, is just like, F it, you can do whatever you want. That feels good. All right? Let's not think too hard about this anymore. Oh, Gaius.
Let's pick
Gaius.
Dream.
I want to Dream. Cool. Let's look at, I want to see what it does.
Okay. The Gaius is a magical command, of course. I have looked up how to pronounce this word before, but I don't remember today, so sorry about that. You place a magical command on a creature that you can see within range, forcing it to carry out some service or refrain from some action or course of activity as you decide. It's the real meaning of the word is like owing an obligation. I just don't know how to say it. You can end it early, blah, blah, blah. This one will scale up eventually, when we get to spell slots of 7th or 8th level. So that can last for a year. So that's a lot of fun. That's a very much like, I'm going to make some fairy tale logic happen with my character.
Yes.
You know, like weird obligations of things that you must do or must not do are very, very fairy tale logic.
Yeah, like when you want someone to, like True Love's first kiss, this is actually like a mechanic for True Love's first kiss in kind of a way. So that's great. And then you said dream, so I'd love that. Let's take a look.
I just like, we're talking to hold her dreams, you know, it's just fun.
Love it.
And it's illusion based. This spell shapes a creature's dreams. Choose a creature known to you as the target of this spell. The target must be on the same plane of existence as you. Creatures that don't sleep, such as elves, can't be contacted by this spell. You or a willing creature you touch enters a trance state, acting as a messenger. While in the trance, the messenger is aware of his or her surroundings but can't take actions or move. They walk you through this in some detail, but essentially you can incept people. The messenger can shape the environment of the dream, create landscapes, etc., etc. When the target wakes up from the nightmare, it takes damage.
I love both of these spells because they both are, you know, they're high level, 5th level, but they also could be adventure starters. You know, like this could start a campaign, this whole dream thing, or a Gaius, like someone is trying to fulfill an obligation that could last you, you know, I mean, infinite number of campaigns depending on what the obligation is. So I mean, infinite infinite numbers of adventures. So yeah, it's same with dreams. I love it. Adventure beginners.
Is there something else you would want to trade that one out for, or should we snag it?
No, let's do it. Let's do it. We got 18, Amy. We are just sitting so pretty. You know, I have used legend lore before, and I already know what that one is. That's basically like, hey DM, tell me WTF this is. Just tell me everything you've got written down about it or in your head about it. I get to know it now. So that's really fun because it's just like, let's skip the exposition and you just hand me your index card that you wrote it on. So I think ukulele gets to do that.
That sounds true to me.
Okay, and then I want a 5th level elemental something. What was Cloudkill?
Cloudkill is a poison fog. Poisonous yellow-green fog centered on a point. It just sounds like fart. It's got a cool title, but yeah, it's really just very fancy fog cloud. Okay. But
what about we've got some good like RP stuff. So now you know me. I just want to do some damage sometimes. I like
Immolation.
Some flame stuff. Heck yeah, let's do it.
Haven't been specifically fire leaning, but you know, sometimes when you want to just burn something up. Flames wreath one creature you can see within range. They must make a dex saving throw or take 8d6 fire damage, half on a successful save, and then they burn for the spell's duration if they failed. It's a little bit rough, maybe a little bloodthirsty, but you know, immolation. If damage from this spell kills a target, the target is turned to ash.
That's not coming back. That is not being that person's not being revivified, so or restored in any way. That's great.
I might have taken us a little dark.
Oh, you know what? I don't know if I want it, but I want to look at Dance Macabre.
Yeah. Now that a 5th level necromancy spell. Threads of dark power leap from your fingers to pierce up to 5 small or medium corpses you can see within range. Each corpse immediately stands up and becomes undead. You decide whether it is a zombie or a skeleton, and it gains a bonus to its attack and damage rolls equal to your spellcasting ability modifier. And you can, with a bonus action, mentally command all of those creatures. So essentially, dance.
I love that. It's definitely not ukulele's vibe, but I love it.
It's if ukulele has a goth friend, I think it's pretty amazing and very nicely named, and also just extremely dark.
Yes. Okay.
How many 5th do we want? We only have 2 slots.
I think that's good. I think I'm good on 5th if you are. I want to go back to 1 because again, some of the ones, 1st and 2nd, can actually scale up to.
I love also just to to note this. I love the way your spell choosing approach ping pongs between the extremes to help narrow in on a concept. Like I think I do the
Yes.
same thing, but I hadn't realized it until
Oh,
now, which is like pick some cantrips, then pick some very powerful stuff, then start filling in the steps in the middle to sort of see as the concept comes together, chosen through those spells.
yeah, it's
And
almost like I know I can talk about this here, but it's like I don't know if you've ever built a magic deck. You do want some like um I'll say I can't muckery. You want some muckery spells, just spells that you muck with people's decks. You want that. You want some land, and you need some creatures. So it's like when you're, and then you want some maybe some beefy stuff, beefing up stuff. You just want it all to work together. So and you kind of want to have a picture in your head of what the win condition might look like, or maybe 2 or 3 win conditions. Same thing with D&D spells is like you want to just imagine how you're going to use them. So like Dream and Gaius, like I said, they're adventure, maybe potential adventure beginners. So that to me is very role play, and I'd like to imagine, oh, I want to make this person fulfill this quest as my player character. What would that even look like, so that when the opportunity presents itself, you might have a back, like just you just have it on lock, like, oh, I can actually do this thing that my character might want to do anyway. Same with Dream. And then you just want some damage, because half of D&D is going to be combat, and you're a wizard. You should be able to go rawr, and everyone goes, holy cow, don't muck with the wizard. So yes, a little bit of RP, a little bit of damage.
I love that, working that balance out in your choices and having some specific ideas of like, all right, when everything's working, here's some things that might happen with this character.
Yes.
First level
Cool. So
spells.
will you remove the 5th level toggle?
Yeah. Oops.
Sweet. All right. So we already have Burning Hand. Yeah, we have some of these good ones. Dang, that's a lot of stuff. I was about to say Long Strider, get that off of there, but it's not selected. I don't really like Long Strider.
Shots fired against walking quickly.
Yeah, take that. I've just never really found a use for it, like, okay, I guess we're faster. But you know why, Amy? It's because we do so much theater of the mind these days on Zoom that, at some point you're like, yeah, what's the range of your spell? Yeah, you could probably hit it. I don't care. We just need to, it's theater of the mind. There's a Zoom, there's an audience. So yeah, you're in range. Go for it.
It is interesting which sort of things, like, suddenly become very relevant to your life if you're actually in a game where you're playing with encumbrance. Suddenly become very relevant to your life if you're playing in a game where you pay, like, there are games where we're loosey-goosey about, like, material components, and games where you're not. And suddenly your choices get very different.
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay. Well, we don't have a bag of holding or anything, so floating disc actually is quite fun to me. To just,
I love that. Creates a circular horizontal plane of force, 3 feet in diameter and 1 inch thick, that floats 3 feet above the ground in an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within range. It can hold up to 500 pounds. And if you overload it, it crashes to the ground, which is just adorable. And yeah, you get your own little floating platform cart wagon.
Yes, I love it. It just makes me happy. The other thing is, we didn't talk about magic missile, but we do have it. Okay, good. That's pretty much a must.
I think our quick build was like, you're a wizard, first level, let's do this.
Yeah. Okay. I'm. You know what? We might have enough. I wonder. I want to see what level 2s are, because I'm still looking for the illusion type of stuff, which matters to me.
Let's see. We're gonna get mirror image, which is illusion adjacent.
I love mirror image. Tasha's mind whip.
Do we get illusion magic in this particular build? We get major image.
It's called. Oh, yes. Major image is great. Also, isn't it like, I really can't remember. It's like alter self or something, but maybe that's not a wizard spell. I'm merging things together.
I think.
Yeah, maybe not.
Mm,
Is that a thing? Hold on. I'm gonna
I totally
just
thought
go.
Alter Self was available for wizards, but here's shows what I know. Oh, it is second level transmutation.
Okay. Oh, it's transmutation. See, this is the thing. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about when it comes to schools. But great. I love Alter Self. I love Major Image. Those things are going to get me some serious RP value with my wizard. So that's what I want.
All right, we're doing it. I accidentally closed the whole tab, but look how easy it is to get back there. Third level. Major image. All right. And so for folks following along at home, this is a player's handbook spell. At third level, illusion spell creates the image of an object, creature, or some other visible phenomenon at a spot that you can see. Seems completely real, including sounds, smells, and temperature appropriate to the thing depicted. Although you can't create sufficient heat or cold to cause damage, etc., etc. Physical interaction with the image reveals it to be an illusion because things can pass through it.
I like to do when I'm DMing, I like to say that, oh, there's a magic, like, let's say a Christmas tree skirt, and the Christmas tree skirt is imbued with the spell of Major Image or another illusion spell that permanently puts out an illusion of a Christmas tree. So it just, in my head, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't really do anything, except it feels like a platform to kind of turn on a holograph. And there's something about that delights me, where a character could pass through it and then it's still there. And it's just not something that we experience in real life. So I guess that's why I like it, because in D&D anything can happen, and there's something about like, oh yeah, I guess there's a magic Christmas tree. Does it do anything? And it's like, no, but it's really fun flavor.
But I love that the mere existence of it as a spell suggests that it prompts you to be creative with the ways
Right.
that could play into the story, which is sort of like, as fun as it is to be like, I hit it and it hurts because I hit it, and that's all I need to know about that. Like this sort of, and then I will confront you with your deepest fears, or fool you with a double image that will cause you to Wile E. Coyote into a wall or something.
Yeah.
There's so much creativity in that. There's so much power in that, and the fact that we would choose one of our slots of training just to get good at that kind of think outside the box approach to achieving our goals or getting victory or whatever else we're looking for. I just like that it's built into the design.
Yes,
right.
I agree, because it's anything. It's it's like, Amy, the magic item. I just had to look it up. I wrote 5e jar of paint, and it's marvelous pigments is what it is. But it's like this. It is the jar of paint that you can use. It's very Wile E. Coyote to draw a thing or paint a thing, and then poof, magically it actually comes to life and is real. And that's what it reminds me of too. Just some illusion stuff that you can just get a little creative with. Anything you can imagine.
All right, so we now know, let's see, 14 known spells of our at least 24.
Awesome. 24. Let's do Dispel Magic. Dispel Magic is a wonderful wizard spell. It's a wonderful screw you to a dungeon master, or at least it can be, because it just means like, nope, we're not doing this right now.
It is. It's a fascinating, like, it's one of those things that I'm always tempted to be like, oh, and if someone has this, I could make this the solution to a puzzle. And you just always have to be like, either it'll wreck all of the plans that I have in mind to get you to the puzzle, or I'm going to sit there being like, please try it, please try it, please try it. The delicate dance of the.
Yes. Well,
but that's one of our a third level spell.
Okay, sweet. And then we have 15 and we want 24. Let's do some more third levels. Maybe another second level. I don't know. It really is like shopping day, payday for our wizard. Oh, what's the one? Somebody's fortress. It's like where just a castle appears. I freaking love it, because that's something that's, yeah, maybe not amazing for a streamed game, because it could become all about that floating, or no, it's not. I can't. Maybe I'm thinking of
Leomund's
Tiny Hut. What is Leomund's Tiny Hut?
That's what my brain went to when you said this, it's the dome, 10-foot radius immobile dome of force springs into existence. It's the I'm camping. Remain stationary for the duration. 9 creatures of medium size or smaller can fit inside the dome with you. And you can move freely inside, but spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome. So it's camping essentially.
Okay.
The
It's
atmosphere
it's also
inside
like,
is comfortable and dry, regardless of the weather outside.
oh, I see. So it's also like a bit of a Tom Nook kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna look up because it's fortress or castle, 5e fortress. Instant fortress, I think, is what's coming up. Yeah, instant
Lit.
fortress. What spell level is this? This might be a little bit too high.
You
Oh no,
might
it's a
not have
wonder.
that
That's
one.
a wondrous item. That's a wondrous item. So never mind. But there is a
Don't know if I
spell.
know the
Man,
spell
are
you're
you?
thinking of.
Maybe it's a castle 5e castle spell. It basically create mighty fortress. It makes a spell from Xanathar's. It's level 8. Yeah, that is a
We're
little
just not
bit
there
OP.
yet.
We're just not there yet. We gotta level up. Okay, that's fine.
We can have a tiny hut though.
Well, then I want it. I want a tiny hut because we just have some open slots that we just need to fill. I love it. Oh, who is
There's a regular
Leomund?
tiny hut too. I think
Where's
I
Leomund? Oh,
have
it's
just
Leomund.
assumed these were the
Leomund.
same spell for a long time, but I'm
I think
thinking
they are.
they're not.
They're not.
I'm
I
gonna
need
pick
to know who
Leomund because it
Leomund
has
is.
a fancy name.
I think that's sound logic. That is sound
I'm gonna go
logic.
back and watch. By the way, y'all in Twitch chat trying desperately to help me with all my questions. Thank you. I appreciate it, and you will be available to me on VOD for finding out the
Yes.
answers to these things. Thank you.
I know. We're the blind leading the blind here. Okay,
All
let's go
right.
back. Let's do 4th. We haven't even done 4th, and we can fill in the gaps after 4th. Oh, yeah,
Other than polymorph,
what is? Yeah. Okay, so we have some fire. So now I'm looking at summon elemental.
Stone
I think we got to. Ooh, yeah, because we're a wizard. We don't have any
defense.
Gosh, that is. We have no defense. Okay, I'm in for stone skin.
All right. That's going to give us it turns the flesh of a willing creature you touch as hard as stone. Until the spell ends, the target has resistance to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage, which of course can be a buff for others if you're like, hey, you go, good luck with the swords over there. Or we can use it on ourselves. And you want some more,
like secret chest.
damage?
Oh. Yeah, damage. Man,
oh,
Leomund is all up in here.
He's got all kinds of good stuff for us. This is where you can just tuck a chest on the ethereal plane if you need a place to put some stuff. I have no objections to that one. We can nab
Let's
it.
do it. I think Ukulele is such a shopping baby. Like she's just kind of going nuts, even with spells.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's gonna need a storage locker on a different plane for sure.
So what about Ice Storm for our elemental damage at this level? We're kind of spreading out between the elements rather than zeroing in on one, so that would contribute to that, I think.
I do like that because you just never know what resistances people have, and sometimes, yeah, if you got your frost, you got your fire, you're pretty much set. Because I don't know beyond metal, I don't know, or like Warforged type stuff, I don't know that anything's gonna necessarily be resistant to both. So I like that, and then we also have thunderclap, or right, thunder something. We've got some thunder.
I believe we took thunderclap. I left all of the things on. That doesn't help us at all. Thunderclap. It's in here. Yes, we've got it.
Cool. All right, sweet.
So we now have 4 4th levels picked out. We've got 3 4th level spell slots.
3. Okay, cool. Is there? When do we summon things? Conjure minor elemental is 4th. Oh, minor elementals. Okay, I'm into that. I'm into
we have a few
making
different
other people fight for
me. We can. This is one of the things that makes this easy. You can get a quick look at every summon spell available to us. We've got Fae at 3rd level, Lesser Demons at 3rd, Shadow Spawn at 3rd, Undead at 3rd, Aberration, Construct, Elemental, and Greater Demon all at 4th, and then Conjure It says minor elementals at 4th and elemental at 5th.
I like conjure minor elementals. More friends, better.
I love this. So you choose one of these options: an elemental of challenge rating 2 or lower, 2 elementals of challenge rating 1 or lower, 4 elementals of challenge rating 1/2 or lower, or an entire chorus of 8 elementals of challenge rating 1/4 or below. Which I think
like
sounds
this one
very fun,
because
except for your DM.
as a player, you were probably, or it's up to you, but the fun choice would be to come up with names for these little babies that you're conjuring, and just to add a little bit of like heart-wrenching for when the dungeon master tries to kill them. So it's like, really, you're gonna get Carl. Carl has been there for me, you know. Give your little pet names.
We're at 20 spells right now, and we have just a couple of minutes. Do you want to try to just take it to 24 and declare victory?
Yeah, let's do first and second. Yeah, let's do first and second, and just I'll say 2 and you say 2. Okay. Detect magic, because I hate it as a dungeon master, so I'm gonna make another dungeon master hate me. Okay. I don't. And then yeah, go ahead.
Well, let's see. We picked up alter self at some point. We do have disguise self as an option as well. But we also, we could do shield if we want just a lower level option for our stone skin.
Okay, I love that. The other thing I'm looking at is a Misty Step. Did we do mirror image? We need mirror image. That's my choice.
We could do mirror image and Misty Step. We could just pick those both up right now.
Yeah, I like that the wizard has a way to get away from melee, because even as beefy as Ukulele's going to be, she's just wizards are what do you call them? Squishy. They're squishy.
Yeah, traditionally. And that takes us to our 24. We can now go look at our spell book. We've got Light, Mage Hand, Message, Ray of Frost, Thunderclap, Burning Hands, Charm Person, Detect Magic, Featherfall, Floating Disc, Mage Armor, Magic Missile, Shield, Sleep, Alter Self, Mirror Image, Misty Step, Dispel Magic, Leoman's Tiny Hut, Major Image, Conjure Minor Elementals, Ice Storm, Leoman's Secret Chest, Polymorph, Stone Skin, Dream, Gas, Immolation, and Legend Lore. We are, I feel, a very well-rounded.
I think so too. That's crazy. We did a great job. And it's never going to be this intense, you know, when you're leveling up. Like if we were level 9 and we had to level up to 10, that would be an extra 2, maybe 3 spells. But boy, that felt good and powerful.
That's so much fun. Thank you so much for joining and making ukulele with me. Obviously, then we can go pick out our own portrait and our backdrop and which dice we're going to roll with her and all of that good stuff. But before I let you out of here, where can people find you to track more of your adventures and maybe other exciting stuff you might have coming?
Yes, you can find me at Vorpahl Sword on Twitter and Instagram. Both my pinned tweet on Twitter and my link in bio. I mean, links and bios everywhere are for my Kickstarter. And if you've got it in you, just the share would be great. But also, if you choose a reward level to back my album, that would be fantastic. Again, my first album is Songs in the Key of D&D. You might have heard the DM's Lament. There will be more D&D goodness, but also some other stuff on this album. So that's kind of where. And if you're just like, wow, where? Just go to amyvorpahl.com. I got you covered there too.
Thank you so much. And of course, you should pick up Candlekeep Mysteries and the upcoming Fizzbands Treasury of Dragons for more Amy Vorpahl goodness. I had so much fun. Thank you so much for coming on the show today. I'm going to go.
Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, this was a blast. And I will go dive back into Ukulele's character sheet and look at all of the many choices we made because I'm very excited about it. She's pretty beefy. Then I will see you all next time on D&D Beyond.
It's D&D.